Now let's assume that you cannot afford these things, or for some reasons you don't have these things. What do you do? Does it mean that you shouldn't record videos until you can afford these things? And that is not a good idea. I started recording videos way before I bought my first ring light. My first ring light was about 9,500, very small ring light. Before I bought that ring light, I was already recording videos. So when people come out and make excuses like, I don't have a good phone, my phone, I was working with a client and she was complaining that her iPhone is not bright enough, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I didn't even have an iPhone. I didn't have an iPhone as at the time that I was teaching this person content creation. So she was complaining bitterly that her iPhone is not bright enough, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you even have an iPhone? I personally do not have an iPhone, but I record videos. And there are lots of people out there that don't even have an iPhone, but they are doing well. So you're making excuses just because you're not ready to put in the work. It is not your iPhone that is the problem. And I saw the videos she was making. To me, they were okay. I don't know why she was not satisfied with the quality. First phone I started recording videos with was an Itel A56. I remember the picture I took when I was recording. I think I was recording a series of calls or something. I took that picture with a ring light that I borrowed from my neighbor. You know how terrible Itel camera is. I don't know if they've improved now, but then Itel camera was really crappy. But I used it, and when I came home, because I could not set up a background as good as this, I had to use a bed sheet. And it's not like it was a brand new bed sheet, it was an old bed sheet. I had to use it to cover the wall just so that I could have a background that I could use to record my videos. If you search Favor Obani on Facebook and you go through some of the videos I did from 2, 3 years ago, you'll see what I'm telling you about. So you don't have to wait till you have all the gadgets, because the truth is that everything you need will not always be available. Everything you need will not always be available. If everything is available before you start, it means you started late. You should be proud of using what you can afford and what you have at the time. Now, let's say you do not have a microphone. How do you improvise? What do you do? What you should do is that you will have to make sacrifices. Record your videos when people are asleep, when people are not around. What I used to do those days before I bought a microphone is that it's either I borrow from a friend who already has it, or I record my videos at midnight because people would be sleeping. So everywhere is quiet. You won't hear any noise in the background. Your neighbors are sleeping. Even if you're living with people in the house, they are asleep. So you can use that time, go to your room, lock the door, and I use it to record my videos. But what if you do not have light? So you cannot record at midnight because it will not be bright. What do? You record during the day. You record during the day. You're definitely going to find a time when the compound or your environment is going to be calm. Even if it's 30 minutes, even if it's 1 hour, you have to be ready at all times. That is why you have to prepare your content and keep, so that once you get any chance that seems like the environment is calm at this time, you can put on your camera and start recording, because you know that you don't have a light and you don't have a microphone. So whenever you see that the background, that is what I used to do back then in school when I had no light and no microphone. Once the compound seems calm, maybe I went to school and they canceled our lectures, I came back and realized that other people have gone to school, everywhere is just quiet. I put on my camera and I start recording. Now that is how to settle the problem of um, microphone. Now, if you do not have a light, how to improvise or how to settle that problem is to use sunlight, natural light. If you're recording in your room, you can pull your curtains, open the windows, stand close to the window. This thing, you may think that this is not realistic, this is not practical, but it is. There was a video I recorded. You can go to my page, Create and Sell Hub or Facebook, and look for that video. I was wearing a black gown. That was like the first video I posted, or the first or second video I posted on that page. I was trying to introduce the page. That was after we launched the page. My LED lights, the batteries were already dead, and there was no light. NEPA did not bring light. So there was no way for me to use artificial light. So I had to go close to the window, turned on my phone, and then I recorded. That video is very bright. So you might say, yes, it's true that it's iPhone, so the quality will definitely be great. But then you can still use your Android phone and make do with the outcome. So you go close to the window and you record. But if you don't want to use natural light, you can also buy a torchlight. There was a time I actually had to buy a torchlight. I bought it for like 5,000 fluorescent. You know, fluorescent is different from the normal torchlight you use. Fluorescent does not give you that reflection. It does not reflect on your camera. So I bought that fluorescent torch for 5,000. It's cheaper than ring light. So if that is what you can afford, you buy it. Place it in front of you so that you can make your video bright. That was what I was using at the time. Do you understand? And then I was able to upgrade and get a wallpaper for my wall. So I removed the bed sheet and put the wallpaper, and then I put the fluorescent light. That settled the problem of ring lights and all of that. Now, if you do not have a phone stand, you don't have a tripod stand where you can place your phone and record. What I was doing at the time, see, I love the way that I'm speaking from experience so that you don't feel that this is something I saw on YouTube or something I heard somewhere. So I'm telling you to do it like it's easy. I'm speaking from my own personal experiences. So we did not just get here, we're coming from somewhere. So what I did was I will stack up a lot of books, place them on the table, then I'll turn on my phone, place it in front of the book. The books are waging my phone and I'm recording my video. So that's exactly what you can do if you do not have a tripod stand. So now you see that when people come out to make excuses, I cannot do videos, I cannot do this because I do not have this. I don't take them seriously. See that the excuses are not valid. Their reasons are not valid because if you wanted to do this thing so badly, you would have done it. So now that you know how to improvise, I just hope that you go out there and start your video content creation journey because nothing is actually holding you back. Anything that you feel is holding you back is something that you cooked up in your imagination. Nothing is holding you back.